Hello once again, YouTubers. My name is Kay. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to do a video update about my Chinese money plant that I put in leca. It is one of the first plants that I put in leca, and I believe I've already done an update just to show you how it was progressing. So this will be like the final update that I'll do unless you guys have got any questions and make further requests, but this will be the final video that I'll be doing to show you the progress of my Chinese money plant, Pilia peperomoides, uh, Pancake Plant, UFO, whichever name you choose to call it. So this is the plant. If you remember, it did suffer quite a trauma when I put it first into leca. The leaves had curled upwards. Some of them did curl over as well into the dome shape. It just threw a real fit and just was so unhappy. Um, as you can see, one of them is still curled over to the dome shape, and then you got this one that is curled into the cup shape. So, but for the most part though, the plant has recovered. Um, this leaf had broken in the process when I was doing the transfer. But as you can see, nice, big, healthy leaves have grown. Uh, there are some areas where the plant is sparse because of where I had lost leaves when I first transferred it. Some of them was, most of them that from here was accident when I was repotting the plant because it is quite a big plant. Accidents happen when you're doing it on your own. And then some of the plants, the leaves had actually curled up and died. But as you can see, it is growing babies and more babies. I don't know if you can, you probably won't be able to see it, but there's more babies growing down here as well. If I bring it a little bit closer, you can probably just see just there where, again, the plant is growing. So, um, yeah, this one has recovered quite well. Be patient whenever you transfer anything as sensitive as a Chinese money plant in leca, because it will actually go into shock when you first put it in. It does take a while. As you can see, some of the leaves are still in either the domed or the cup shape. I'm not quite sure why mine has both, because the dome shape normally occur as a result of overwatering, which would be the case with mine, because it has got all this water that's now the root has got access to, and it just isn't used to that, so it's going to take some time to get used to that. The outward cup is normally as a result of too much sunlight, but I don't think I've got that issue because I don't have enough sun. There just isn't enough sun at this time of year anyway in England to cause the leaves to curl up like this. So that's a mystery to me, and maybe one day I'll find out the actual cause. But again, with plants, sometimes you never know the reasons for their behavior. There is more. It's all about the pancake plant today, guys. These were offsprings from, if you remember, I did show you this as well, were offsprings from that mother plant that I took off when I transferred. There's more offsprings as well, which I want to show you. So this one, earlier today when I took it up to prepare for this video, I noticed that this one had some dried leaves, and the stem isn't as sturdy. But I'm not quite sure what's the reason for that, because it's having enough water, it's having enough heat and sunlight. So I'm not quite sure what's the cause of this. These are still recovering, but I haven't lost any leaves. It's growing, as you can see down here. You got new stems and leaf sprouting. And from the others that are in there as well, there's new leaves and stems. So I've got no concern for this plant really. Um, I and I know for a fact that it has rooted quite well because I did check like a couple of weeks after I had repotted them. I did check because I wanted to check for root rot because these roots are quite complex. They're really fibrous and they do cling to the dirt, or the dirt cling the soil clings to the root quite like glue. You know, you've never seen anything like it. So you have to be very vigilant when looking after the roots of these pancake plant. And then I've got these babies, and I mean, just look how beautiful these are, you know. So yeah, look. And I think this one is growing babies from what I can see. You probably can't see, but because I inspect them with like a magnifying glass, so to speak, I can see what's going on. There's algae in the jar because both of these are by the window. So there's algae in both the jars. But if you look at the root system in here, I don't know if you can see, um, it's rooted so well and into the whole jar. And now for all of these plants, now that it has acclimatized to the leca, it is very, very thirsty. So you need to double check all the time to make sure that you have water in there, because I'm not a believer in letting any of the plant dry out to rewater, because that's not the idea of leca and semi-hydroponic system. So this one has got less than the third of water that I normally recommend. And I think I watered this day before yesterday. So you always have to make sure that you keep the water top. Just ensure that you have a look, because you don't want it to dry. You don't want the roots to suffer any shock now that it is flourishing. So yeah, so a couple of things that I wrote here that I wanted to just share with you. I tend to, because there's just so much information that I want to give you, and I tend to hop and skip. So I want to be a bit more structured. So be patient with your plants when you put them into leca, any plant whatsoever. It will protest in the first instance. First week or so, you'll think that your plant is going to die, and you might want to take them out of the leca because you're thinking you're going to lose the plant. You have to be patient and persevere. Ensure that you've got heat, humidity, and good oxygen flow in your home and around the roots of the plant in the leca, and also sunlight. But for most plant, and for the pancake plant, it has to be indirect sunlight. So not in any direct sunlight, because it will scorch the leaves. And you see how beautiful these leaves are. You really wouldn't want to be scorching the leaves, because these get to about the size of my hand. Um, these leaves, I'll probably show you again with the mother plant how big the leaves get. So what I tend to do as well, guys, is to bottom heat. So I've got heat mats that I put my plants on for the time being, because it is still quite chilly. The sun is starting to come up, but it is still quite chilly inside the home. So just to keep the leca and the water warm, just some bottom heat just to maintain a constant warm temperature for the plant that it would otherwise have in soil. So you have to, you know, do whatever you can to optimize the conditions for your plant. And the roots, yeah, whether or not you're realizing it, you're causing unnecessary stress to the plant when you pull it out of leca, just for the sake of it. I know that in this case it would be to get rid of um the algae, but I'm not a big fan. So, you know, it's not hurting the plant. As you can see, the leaves are beautiful and really coming into their own. So there's just no need for me to remove the plant from the pot for any particular reason just yet. So just one last time, as I promised, I wanted to show you some of the size of the leaves on here. So, you know, as you can see, quite big and nice and green and shiny as these Chinese money plants tend to grow. And these leaves, like, I'll see if I could find any photos for you. These leaves had all curled either inwards or upwards when I'd first transferred them to leca. It has taken months for them to flatten out again, but as you can see, it has successfully done so for the most part, and looking really good. So this is a transfer to leca from soil that has adapted really, really well in spite of the initial hissy fit that the plant through. So yes, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Any questions, please put them in the comment section below if you've got any questions about pilia peperomoid, or you know, just how I did the transfer. If you have any additional questions that I didn't address. In terms of fertilizer, I did use Super Thrive, and now I've got BioBase that I'm using. I haven't yet mastered the exact um, fertilizer that I want to use on my plants. It's a bit of a trial and error for me. I've got quite a few fertilizers I've got for semi-hydroponics. I can't see where they're making much of a impact on my plants, in spite of me using it on a regular basis whenever I water. So I don't know if it's got the right NPK for my plants. Um, I will continue because as I say, I have BioBase. I have used uh Black Magic, and there's one other I can't remember off the top of my head now that I use, but none of them seem to have made any impression on my plants. So I'm still in the process of going through which one is the right one for my plant at the moment. As soon as I get a handle on that, I will update you guys and let you know. So please don't forget, give me a thumbs up if you like my contents. Subscribe to my video if you want to see more. Any questions, don't be afraid to just put them in the comment section below. I do check and I will answer as best as I can, because I think I've really learned a lot about my plants since I've started the transition into leca, more than I did before they were installed, because at that time I was just simply watering whenever they look droopy. Now, you know, I'm paying more attention and learn a little bit more about plant behavior. So yeah, join me next time, guys. Thank you for being here.